So, we're gonna do through the magic of me hopefully not overwriting my old saves. We are going to go back in time. We are currently on chapter 26, I believe. Unfulfilled Heart. And now we're gonna go ahead and go back in time to chapter 24, Geats. So let's hope that OBS cooperates. Okay, so I can start chapter 26, blah, 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 blah. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Ignore this for a second. Okay. Yes, will help too, blah, blah, blah. Listen, it's not your time yet. I need to use you to go back in time. Heaven Seal, yay. Oh yeah, Biz, Link, and Gas are streaming with FE7. Good on them. I'll make it to the big leagues. One day I'll make it. Anyway. Go ahead and warp to this chapter. I don't know which one. Okay. Is this the right one? It is! Great. Oh, did you bring back Dart so we can see Geet's growths? Ah, right. I did not. No. I did not revive Dart. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not entirely sure that is possible within... maybe, actually. Well, I have FE Builder open. I can just give you the gross right off the bat. Okay. Can't use Fjord to recruit? Alright! I still haven't... You know what? Why not? We're not going to be using the save anyway, so we're just going to go ahead and make Ellawood. Hooray. Hey, Kari. Okay, so we still only... Okay, you only get 4 res. A little bit of 10 con. Feels good. Okay. This will never not get annoying. Anyway, boop, 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 boop. Okay, so... don't think Geets... I think Geets spawns in. Yeah, FE7 has a Twitch. Okay, enemy weaponry seems... So, the problem I had with this chapter in vanilla is, save for... I believe there was like a Sage somewhere with bolting. This dude. Yeah. Save for bolting Sage here, for the most part, making your way north through the town isn't particularly hard. Like, the thing that's annoying is you have a stationary Merlinus at this point, and you kind of have to keep someone around to deal with them. Okay, so we're just gonna like charge through. I just want to show changes made to this. We're not gonna be continuing the save file, so I'm not super concerned about doing preps. Bolting is the real problem with this map. I'll agree, because there's not really, because of the way this map is structured, there is a ballista here. You don't have a Delphi shield, so you have to eat the bolting to some, like... Oh, actually... I don't remember this don't remember there being a ballista up here, so... You can't just, like, fly your way to the bolting, which is fine. I think that's good, but also, Jesus Christ, man, there's... I am not a huge fan of, like... Siege tomes? Oh, okay, Geets is on the map. Drifter's Axe, so effective against fly. Wow, this chapter really said fuck flyers, huh? +4 luck. So, it looks like a steel axe. It's effective against flyers. That's cool. It's kind of redundant, given that he comes with a killer bow, but I guess it would give him some enemy phase against him. 24 strength. That's really good. Honestly, yeah, I'm cool with this. You probably got buffed up to the point where it's a little more than necessary. Geets was always usable. And FE7 is designed around... essentially pre-promotes that you get, in theory, should have worse base stats than trained, like, tier 1 units. That being said, Bartra and Dorcas in vanilla are really bad. So, Geats is kind of who you use if you want a warrior and don't want to get Carla. Anyway, he's coming same level. So I'm going to look at Hector hard mode bonuses. He gets an extra point of HP. He got 5 extra points of strength, which is a little much, honestly. I don't think he needed it. Skill got buffed up by 6, speed by 3, luck's the same, 2 points to defense, 1 point to res, con's the same. I'm just gonna assume his gross is the same. For the most part, promoted units have kept their gross exactly the same, so I'm not gonna really worry about it. Man, I do not like this, huh? I'm looking at this and I'm seeing like another kind of problem of going DS Fire Emblem Avoid. I just have to run under the assumption that I'm gonna get hit by this Nomad and this goddamn Ballista. And Lynn's not kind of made of paper, so we're gonna go ahead and discard. This map's palette seems a bit messed up. Looking at this. Maybe? I mean, I know most of the palettes were swapped around, but not all of them. How do you have Waltz in the Geats chapter? I used the debug menu to just go back in time. This is purely for the sake of showing it off. Specifically on the shorelines, it's messed up. Oh, well, it's good to know that I will get... What is this? Alright, I can Brave Bow Dorcas. Let's go. Yeah, I'm seeing what you mean. I'm not entirely sure what's up with it. I'm not familiar enough with like how map paletting works to give you a definitive answer. Tainted Run, you betcha. Oh, nice. Doubles. Ah, my favorite, the spinny normal javelin hit. Maps have a lot of tile mistakes still. I mean, that's fine. That's something that's easy to fix. It's not something that I feel the need to like get on their case about. Ah, Silver Sordo. Cool. Okay, Poleaxe, by the way, if you're gonna make Lid a horse, you gotta make sure that horse-effective weapons are effective against her. Also, maybe rename this, like, Brave Lord or something. I mean, look, I'm not complaining, but also, goddamn, and can't dodge shit. He is more likely to hit me than he is to not. I will never stop complaining about that. That is incredibly annoying. Also, do I get... I do, actually. That guy's out of range. I'll probably need to fucking physic you up. Like, I already don't like siege tomes and ballista spam. This isn't really ballista spam, but using ballistas as a way to essentially deny forward movement. But especially in a game where you cannot, like, bait with a dodge tank to, like, give yourself an extra turn to move forward, it becomes a little more egregious. Base FE7 ballistas are a joke. Yeah, but they can't. I'm not gonna entirely agree with it because there are situations where like effective ballista damage does pose a bit of a problem. It's annoying poke that you just have to eat, that it can be lethal. I think I got spoiled by how Fates did it. I really did. Because I thought it was a really good way to make those sorts of, like, weaponry, I don't know, map additives, a little more, like, meaningful, thoughtful, essentially. Oh no, Dorcas. Oh. Owie. Also, Nino's here, blah, 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 blah. Really don't like that. Go. You know, maybe I complained about the hit formula just because FE7 has a lot of class archetypes that are based more around being kind of dodgy. Important question. Go ahead. Like, what is up, my dudes? We're not in friendly territory. I think the implication is that they're still not in friendly territory. This town isn't, like, controlled by the Black Fang. I think the implication there is more that, like, they aren't in Black Fang, like, in a hideout or something. Okay, you know what? Wallace, we're gonna go ahead and just park you here. Go ahead and just eat all of these. Oh boy! That's annoying. Actually, okay, well, I can attack him here and be fine. So... fire you. I don't think Morse can go against Nurgle's will. I don't think there's any, like... I never got the feeling from FE7 to where Morse were, like, literally physically compelled to do Nurgle's bidding. It's more of like a... this man is essentially God to me. Like, my creator. So, I just don't want to go against him. I mean, the Black Fang is based out of Burn, so... I guess that statement is... Damn, Legault. I'm gonna be really sad to get rid of that level. Dorcas, 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 Dorcas. Holy dooly, alright. You have a steel sword, you have a steel Versordo. Well, Brave Lance and trade you something. No one's having only one range and no bows feel weird. Yeah, honestly, it is. I feel like nomads don't have enough of a distinction, given this game doesn't have skills, to not come with bows. I don't think I do. They're forest knights in this hack. I guess, technically, yeah, that's a way to look at it. Actually, how much am I weighed down by? Brave Lance 14, 7, 7. Man, I fucking hate con. Alright, so I have 16 speed. Do you have 20? I do get doubled. Unless you get weighed down, con... No, you don't. Okay, so I would die. Okay, we'll keep Lynn and Rebecca down there. I'll send Elwood and company upwards. Enemy diversity isn't bad, but like, what is the difference between a paladin of swords and a nomad of swords in this game? Like, if you just give them both swords, they're both mounted units with now the same amount of move. This is a game where you aren't really like beholden to class caps for the most part, because most enemies aren't going to be hitting them. So like, what is the difference from a like enemy placement scenario or standpoint rather? Like, there isn't. What if I bring two weapons? There you go. Yeah, but if I only have swords, it's essentially just the same thing. Better move over forest, better move in rain. That's about it. It is why I like the addition of like class skills so much. Because it gives a way to differentiate units even under like very similar circumstances. It has a preferred weapon, yeah. Loves vagrants. The accordion lance. Everyone has a preferred weapon. Pretty much. It's the thing that hacks do where they're just like, hey, we can make preferred weapons. Why don't we just make like 200 billion? Ah, you thought I wouldn't double you. Ooh. Now, I'm trying to think. I actually would not mind. I'm not sure if there is a variant of the like Lance Rangers. I remember seeing them in an FE7 hack. Like, I don't remember how long ago it was, but I think maybe giving Rebecca lances and bows might differentiate her a little bit in this hack. If you're gonna make her like a mounted, essentially a nomad. Differentiating, like, okay, assuming you keep Lynn as a Brave Lord, which I don't like, but whatever, like, that's this hack's decision. I feel like it would be a little more sensible to have lances and bows, because you're refusing to acknowledge the glory of Kinshi Knights, which is like, you know, that's whatever, man. Don't double me. Thank you. Thank you, Speedwings. But then you'd have a lance and bow combination, which I just don't think exists in the game. Oh, Sal, yeah, you finished your FE10, what is it, reverse recruitment? I did do a randomizer, like, while you were working on it, so I might kind of take a rain check on that for a little bit, but it would certainly be something that I'd want to keep in my back pocket down the road. Okay. Also, Ryan, just, like, regarding ballistas, you can see there, I don't know if ballistas were buffed up in this game. They probably were, but, like, just having to eat 20 damage, or, let's see. Yeah, 30. Yeah. having to eat like 30 damage from a range that cannot be countered from in a map where you cannot, like, you're just gonna have to eat that damage before you can approach. I don't like it. I prefer, like, the Fate's approach of, like, spreading out the damage amongst other units. Still, like, accomplishes... Oh, also, we're gonna kill Geats, by the way. He's gonna fucking die. It still accomplishes the whole, like, threatening from range, but it can't kill you, and it doesn't debilitate one unit super hard. It's like the lose condition in Fire Emblem for a lot of cases is any one unit dying. At least in Fates, like, yeah, it threatens multiple units, but that does not make, like, as much of a dent towards your, what is essentially your game over condition, right? Because in most cases, like, if a unit dies, it is, for many players, treated as a game over condition. Yeah, I didn't have Dart. I just wanted to show, I'm assuming his growths are the same. I could check in the back end, but I just kind of wanted to show off a map and see any unit changes that they made to it. Yeah, this is actually kind of miserable. I have to go this way lest I eat bolting to... And I don't like the solution of, like, okay, just let the ballista run out, right? Like, in games where ballista have, like, set ammo, letting the ballista run out is kind of lame, IMO. It's just, it is a turtle strategy, which, yeah, I know, I play slowly a lot of the times, but, like, I don't like mechanics wherein, like, the safest way to go about it from, like, a reasonable standpoint is just to fucking turtle your brains out. You could use a Siege Tome if you had any. I don't like that either. I don't like the expectation that, like, okay, we're gonna put, like, essentially an item check here. If you have a Siege Tome, you're able to pass. If you don't have a Siege Tome, get fucked, kiddo. Like, I'm not a particularly big fan of that. I'll have to move back a little, because I'm pretty sure you die. Because, like, that was a suggestion made during the race here. We're like, well, you could have trained, you could have spent the entirety of early game training Asbel's fire rank, so he would be able to use Meteor for the myriad of ballistas that you'd face. Yeah, okay. You could have built a unit specifically to counter, like, this decision to make a bunch, like, to place a bunch of ballistas everywhere. I don't agree that that's, like, a particularly good map design choice. Like, that's just what it comes down to. I think it's lame map design. Like, yes, there are ways around it, but those ways around it are just equally uninteresting. This has like an A and 2 magics. I get that there is a way, like, I get that there is a way around it. And I think a lot of, like, I'm bringing up Thracia here just because it has a lot of Siege Tomes, but, like, take this less as a Unga Bunga, like, me dislike Thracia, and more of a, Thracia is just a good example because there are a lot of Ballista. Having to kind of, like, build to count, like, essentially build up to counter them, kind of, I don't like that you have to do that, IMO. Like, maybe that's baseless complaining, but I feel like it is, I don't know, I don't like it. Like, oh, you need to save your 5-use weapon for, like, this one eventuality on a map. And, like, it's not just Thracia that does this. Like, I think you all saw how much of a pain in the ass, and granted, this was Core Quest, so I didn't have, like, a dancer or support bonuses, but, like, doing Night Breaks through when, oh, Jesus, that's good. Wallace is dead. I have killed Wallace. Oh, nice, he lives. God, but yeah, I don't like having to go out of my way to build, like, a check for that one particular thing. 1327. Get the Warden's Lance. And it's kind of a case like Fire Emblem kind of solved it in Fates IMO. I feel like they found a good solution to it, and then they sort of just threw it back in the trash. And I'm like, oh, must you throw it in the trash? Does Hector still have his late-ass promo, or did you decide to promote everyone with him? I can check. When we actually get back to Chapter 26, I will check. But, yeah, I just promoted Ellawood here, because I feel like Ellawood gets more out of a promotion than Hector does. Even though Hector would have been better from a levels standpoint. Also, boy, Dancer's having 5 move. That's a big ol' 3 houses move, my dude. Not a fan. Fate's best Fire Emblem from a mechanical standpoint. Like, I'll agree with that. I think most people will agree that even if they don't consider Fates to be like the best mechanical Fire Emblem, Fates' merits are on the basis of its mechanics. I used to always give dancers the boots. I mean, I know most people are like, oh no, give your highest move like combat unit the boots so they can like just solo the map even further, but I think there's an argument to be made for giving dancers the boots just because of how annoying it is to have them lag behind. Look, we complain about three houses here. That is just how it be. Speedwings. I can just visit you. Okay, we got an Orion's Bolt, and that village, though I skipped it, was essentially like, hey, the Black Fangs, like, they're pretty cool. They're like Robin Hood vigilantes. They slaughtered the evil lord of this town and, like, liberated it. Which actually, yeah, Ryan, I guess you have a good point. This town is explicitly under Black Fang protection. Like, because of the dialogue in that house, yeah, that it actually does not make sense for Jafar to say we're not in, like, Black Fang territory. Because they are. Like, I'm pretty sure the denizens of this town still very much like the Black Fang. You might have referred to the Nino transporting him. I guess, yeah. I'm just like, it isn't something I had thought about before you mentioned it, and now I am. So, oopsie doopsie. Keeping all my squishy units back because I can't go forward because there's a bunch of threatening siege. My favorite. Is the assassin Jafar Legault? We have not gotten Jafar yet. We will get him this stream, however. Pair up and dual strike. Honestly, like, even if you got rid of pair up, I'd be okay with it, but dual strike's fucking great. It is the best. It's the best. It's the fucking best mechanic. It's so good. So, I kind of agree with that, but I think in addition to enemy density, you also need to, like, consider enemy quality. If, like, one unit is not going to reasonably Jesus Christ, reinforcements. If one unit's not going to be able to just, like, steamroll hard, I can kill you, so I'm going to go ahead and barrier. Then you might have an argument to be made for just going ahead and, like, spreading out the love. Can Lyn use a ballista? I don't even think Lyn can use a ballista in vanilla. I'm pretty sure it's just archer sniper line. And now she definitely wouldn't be able to because she's mounted. I promoted her at like 17. She just has 13 magic. I think my Priscilla's very magic screwed. Magic growth here, it is the same as base. So I think it's like 30. It's not great. I think it's like 35 or something. No, it's 40. Okay. No, it's 40. It's not great, but given that she is on a horse, like, I think that is perfectly reasonable. It would be cool if FE Builder were able to accommodate the Fate system. And to be fair, a lot of what Fates did was replicated in FE8's, like, ROM hacking scene. But it is that, like, a very scant few people actually know how to, like, do everything. Regarding, regarding all of the, like, skills and whatnot. So it's more or less you just gotta kind of deal with what's already there. Oh. Do-de-do. Do-de-do indeed. Hey, maybe. We're just gonna park you in a corner. Okay, and we get another Earth Seal. Same deal. Better when things aren't too accessible. I understand the argument. But at the same time, like, were the ability to actually code in a skill system were it a little more accessible, then we'd probably have seen more additions than what is already there. Oh, PlayStation State of Play. I wonder if we'll get a new Pokemon. I wonder if we'll get the Sinnoh remakes. Speaking of State of Play, or I guess Sony in general, it is funny that Kingdom Hearts is... Fucking hate bolting. Oh, I was allowed to dodge, thank you. It is funny that, like, Kingdom Hearts Gacha is dead now. Which is kind of... Okay, I'm gonna pivot back to actually critiquing this as, like, a rebalance of FE7. This map is still very bad. There are way too many reinforcements, and given that you're trying to buff enemy quality and put siege tomes, like, these guys are just fodder preventing me from getting rid of Bolting Guy. And I can't fly to kill you. Bolting Guy is there in vanilla. Yeah, but you don't fix something by keeping it all the same. So, Mecha, aren't you doing a thing with Mata today? Or is that later? How much damage do I take? More than I would like. Not a fan, really not a fan. Not a fan, really not a fan. Maybe go for Hector. Actually, no, go for Dorcas and his, like, puny boy res. Shit. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and... you here. Stop right there. Hello, Harkin. Makes no sense that you wouldn't show your... Well, I guess it does make sense that you wouldn't show yourself to Elwood. Because you're full of that good old knightly shame. How much damage do you do to me? 6. You do 23 because no one's allowed to have a fucking res stat in this game, so... 29... 6, it's 15, 23. I would live. I wouldn't be super jazzed about, like, the state of things, but I would live. So... I mean, Mecha, you now know what I feel like every time I play Smite. If I ever pick Bologna, I just hear Catherine Three Houses. Yeah, I saw her found out about the monster can. It was a tragedy, but also very funny. It was a very accurate Astolfo cosplay. Okay, and now we wait and just continue to deal with the siege and the reinforcements, man. Play new mystery, what's res? I think it's chill for the Arcanea games because, like, mages and magic themselves are kind of more of a rarity. Oh, my tendons. Tendons very weak. Tendons very ouchy, ouch. I probably need to... Like, I probably can't play sax for, like, a couple of weeks. I probably won't be playing sax for, like, 2 or so weeks, which sucks, but... I'm not gonna get out of practice that quickly. Did I grail myself? No. Look, Mecha, I know you think axes are better than swords, but I'm not gonna deprive myself of sword usage. I mean, look, I saw the monster can Astolfo. It was very impressive. Like, I can admit that. Like, good for him. But also, like, Jesus Christ. It's a lot. Okay, Bolting Man, can you please come and kill Dorcas? You do more damage to Dorcas! God damn it! Yeah, it's weird seeing enemies having, like, always above 50% hit, isn't it? A little weird, isn't it? Okay. Here's the plan. I guess the AI knows that no one's allowed to dodge in this hack. So here's the plan. We're gonna send Dorcas, and he's just gonna kill everything. Florina's Killer Lance about to... Nah, 10 and 20. So you'd hit me for 35, but 25. But Ninnis Grace you, which... Physic up, Arena. Siege Tomes can be fun to play around with. I feel like Siege Tomes occupy that same space that I feel like Status Staves do, especially in GBA Fire Emblem. To where, like, they can be a fun tool in the player's hands, but given that, like... Oh, actually... fuck, do I get, like, shit canned by all of you? Okay, I would probably die. I can take like 4 of you. Unfortunately, I kill all of you, so... I like how you can steal Siege Tomes and Tellius. I mean, that's cool, but, like, Siege Tomes and Tellius have very little practical use. Save for getting, like, fun conversations. Okay, yeah, fuck this. Mission, go Dorcas. We're just showing this chapter off to show it off. I don't care what I burn through. Or what actually low hit? I think your eyes are probably deceiving you. Yeah, no. 79. With weapon triangle advantage. 23 speed. Bolting Ileana for dragons? I guess? I'd bet even that I don't tend to use, because... what is it? The Twisted Tower, I think it is the chapter for a bunch of dragons. For the most part, like, no single dragon is threatening enough for me to, like, use bolting to dispatch them. Like, it's kind of a... I know overusing Ike and Path of Radiance is kind of a joke, but, like... That is essentially the chapter where, like, Wrath Resolve Ike go burr. EK? Yes, go Ike. EK, Ike, EK. Whip. FE Wikia is top tier. To be fair, they both got their issues. Especially from, like, an asset. I view the wikis more as, like, a repository of assets than I do, like, an actual means of good information. So to that end, like, you know, either has their benefits. Neither is perfect. Dagintia is hard. Like, Dagintia is actually pretty damn hard. Like, you can get through. Obviously, he's surmountable, but he is pretty hard if you don't know what's coming. Especially if you don't know what his fucking AoE thing does. Because I don't, like, if you're gonna hit me with an AoE attack that can also fucking kill, you should probably, like, let the player strategize around that. Man, Dorcas just loves critting. The boss is a real boss for once? Yeah, that's nice, but, you know, just let me know what your weird, like, Dragon Roar AoE thing is gonna do. Dodging is a lie perpetuated by the Olevian government. Now, Serenus is super lacking. I still would probably consider it the de facto, like, FE resource, but I think it just sort of got outstripped. I'm not sure who all runs it, but they do... they could probably stand to bring on a few more people to kind of help spruce up the site. Not everything there is accurate. What could go wrong? Exactly. You want to Excel spreadsheet your characters? It is useful that, like, information like unit growths are all on one page, where in most wikis, it's like you have to go to the individual character page. Serenus has 2 people that can commit changes to the site and neither are interested in doing it. And honestly, like, that's fine that if they aren't interested in doing it. Serenus is old, like, in a good way. It's like a legacy site. It was the granddaddy Fire Emblem resource, and I think everyone kind of very much appreciates what the site has done for, like, people who want to learn more about Fire Emblem. But, you know, if you're not interested in doing more of the site, like, bring on people who can help. Fire Emblem's bigger than it ever was, and there are a lot of people who do, like, provide useful information, aggregate it, give them access to the site. It could be the FE resource again. Ah, yes, I remember. I remember Mecha's. The great Twitter feud with, what is it? Was it Vincent? He never will. Never will. I guess to some degree, I understand, like, Serenus Forest being a fruit of their personal labor to a large degree, but if it wants to remain, like, the primary resource, like, the FE resource, they could probably stand to, you know, update. I mean, the site's base is really old. Like, it is mid-2000s. It is very mid-2000s in its, like, website design. I think you hit for 30? 28. 28. Hit for 18, so you hit for 10 more than that. Oh, 15, that's... It doesn't want to be anything, which, if it just wants to be a relic of its time, fine, but... I don't know, I feel like Serenus is like... Well, Mecha, you're a Pokemon, dude. Like, what's your opinion on Cerebi? And... it's like, it's manned by just one guy, right? But I'm pretty sure he's been pretty faithful in keeping that site up to date as much as possible. Obviously, the site itself is, like, from a visual standpoint, very old and clunky, but I feel like retooling that would be a monumental task at this point. It is one of the worst looking websites on the web. I mean, I would have been that mean, but yeah, it's a relic of its time. I think people navigate it successfully because they've been doing it for years. It's well kept, sort of. I mean, the problem with Cerebi is just, it has too much information to, like, transfer it over to, like, a completely new website style. Like, I do not know how that would be done. He used to be super immature and stubborn. I mean, given that Cerebi literally existed when I was in elementary school, I can understand him having been stubborn or immature when he was much younger. Oh my god. Oh, God, I wish I hadn't read the news. Would you play any of the classic Final Fantasies on stream, or have you before? I have played classic Final Fantasies before, yes, but playing them on stream is... Even the Final Fantasies that I really like have a lot of grinding in them. And, like, I understand that a lot of people are fine with that. I mean, a lot of people watch Pokemon playthroughs, Nuzlocke and whatnot, but... I'm not a super 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Okay, good. I would feel weird having to spend time grinding. Like, it's slow. I like Final Fantasy games. I don't think they're super great stream games, because they are long and they are slow. FF7, you know what? Mecha, FF7's actually pretty good about that until you want to... Like, the only time I felt like I had to grind playing FE7, or FF7, was when I wanted to do weird materia shit. But I'm talking more like, when I think classic Final Fantasy, I think... I gravitate to things like 6, 4, and... Like... Or really just 6 and 4. It's just my own personal like experiences with the series. FF7's not garbage. I mean, you could argue it's overhyped, but that's not really the game's fault. It's just like it being a gargantuan titan of its times. Like, what it did was unprecedented at the time. So yeah, people kind of think it's like the Messiah. It's so big, yeah. Mecha, would you touch the remake? It's like, I'm kind of like, FF7's not my favorite Final Fantasy game, but FF7 Remake is genuinely one of my favorite games of all time. It's not in the same genre at all. It's Final Fantasy 15, but done well. FF7 Remake is like everything I wanted mechanically out of Final Fantasy 15. Oh, you haven't played any of the Final Fantasies? Hey, Mecha! Did you know that Final Fantasy XIV has a free trial through its first expansion, Heaven's Ward? Looks like a real-time... It is an action... If you're familiar with Kingdom Hearts, it is of a similar ilk to that. But it is less an action game, and... Oh, you just get the Basil... Okay, so I like this. You choose to get the Basilicos or the Regal Blade early. Cool. I'm gonna be perfectly honest, I cannot recommend anyone play Kingdom Hearts if they didn't grow up with it. Like, it is a very fun game, but it's very silly and kind of stupid that I was only able to really give a pass because it appealed to my childlike sensibilities. I already have a save at 25 in Lloyd, yeah. I used FE Builder to kind of show the Linus chapter, because in Wildflower, the requirements for Geats Wallace are reversed if you go to Genesis. So, because my Lyn is swole as fuck, and I trained Ellawood and Hector, I was able to go ahead and get the Lloyd chapter because I went to Genesis. Had I not gone to Genesis, I would have gotten the Linus chapter. I don't think you're gonna double me, right? You still enjoyed it? Okay, maybe that's just me being a little overly cynical. I don't know, but it's a fun series to play. You just kind of gotta accept it for what it is. And cross over into Kingdom Hearts. Look, my favorite fact about Kingdom Hearts is that Donald Duck is canonically more powerful than any version of Bahamut. Like, Mecha, you'll fight, like, essentially God, Dragon, World Destroyer Bahamut. Still a worse mage than Donald Duck. Okay, I will go ahead and... Can I move to... Yeah, I can. Okay. Well, that's not just traded. KH2 Final Mix is a really fun action. Also, Riku's cool as fuck. I mean, it doesn't matter if I hammer in the glaive, because, you know, I'm not continuing this save file. We're going back to Wallace Land. Speaking of Wallace Land, Wallace is actually good now. I don't know how I feel about that. Wallace is Douglas? Kind of. Hey, you're Ellawood. Oh yeah, he has an anti-dying lance. Pew! Don't double, please. Thank you for being slow. I'm kind of mixed over, like, the Wallace-Geets route split. Like, I don't like the Samson Aaron archetypes, and this game has 2 of them. So, me no likey. I feel like it is a waste to have a unit that is, like, very conditional upon their recruitment. I'm glad that, like, Fire Emblem games down the road have kind of discarded that trope, but it never sat right with me. It's just like, okay, so I can get Harkin or Corel, and I can re-recruit Wallace. Keep in mind, like, you know, we know who Wallace is. You can just not get him back for some reason. It's just one of those cases where I feel like modern Fire Emblem has pivoted from, like, mechanical choice being tied to characters you use and more tied to, like, how you develop the cast that you have. So, like, branching promotions, like, reclass, supports, things of that nature. Then go Burr. Pray, I'll give you that much time. It's a good boss quote. Like Dean and Sonya. See, I feel like it's something that they kept around because they found, like, oh yeah, it's a trope. It's like, we codified it as a trope back in Samson and Aaron days. I don't like it. Got a Basilicos, hooray. Also, hey, 13 weight, very good. Okay, and there you go. So, we've seen Four Fang Defense. We've done Crazed Beast like 12 times. Hooray, hurrah, we are done with it. Really, let's see. Criticisms of the map. I would really just say there are way too many reinforcements. The town is kind of windy to navigate through to where you have to eat ballistas and the Siege Tome. Which, if that's how you want to do the map, it's fine, but I don't really find that very interesting map design. It incentivizes, like, slower, baitier play. I would try and pivot that to something else. Like, take what you did to Genesis. You made Genesis a good chapter by changing the map. You have free reign to do that. Consider doing that if there's a problem. Training lores that high is butt on Hector hard mode. Mecha weakness disgusts me. Weakness disgusts me. Where's... Okay, and back to you. I don't care if it's Hector hard mode. My Lin will be swole. Okay. I'm gonna fill them with 3 game over conditions. I don't like that Lin and Ellawood are conditional deploys. Like, they should be force deployed, or at the very least, they should not take up a slot. Like, if you have the option to undeploy them, they should not be an opportunity cost, IMO. Bottom bar group. And change current chapter to chapter 26. Okay. So if that's shown off, let's go back to Unfulfilled Heart. Miss Vida's Uber Spear Fun Times. Hector hard mode deployment slots is probably one of my least favorite things about it. It is a... I don't know, I don't like it as a means of making the game harder. Also, Carla's good. Carla's good! Not gonna use her, but she's good. Am I gonna steal the Uber Spear? So, the thing about stealing the Uber Spear, for those of you who didn't, like, tune into the end last time, the Uber Spear has been changed in how it functions. Instead, it is a normal spear, but she comes with an unholy icon. You can probably steal that, but you would need... Oh god, you would need like 28 speed, which is possible, but it's kind of... You'd have to mind glitch it, essentially. And while it would be fun to get the unholy icon, it'd also be kind of difficult. Yeah, I know they can give to Merlinus, but... Oh, fuck it. I'll mind. I'm not gonna mind glitch anything else. It's gonna be fun. Anyway, trade. We get a Heaven Seal here. I don't know if you can use it on Hector. I do still think it's probably better to give it to Ellawood just for having an extra horse, but... How jacked is Pent? I'm gonna be honest, they probably haven't done anything to Pent, because Pent is already way the fuck too jacked in vanilla. Damn. Having a Hammer'n would be nice, because I'm running out of good lances. Like, Louise is good in vanilla. I think Louise is in a fine spot in vanilla. Also, do I still only have D? Don't give E on promotion! It's bad! God damn it. Alright, so... Don't need the Wing Spear, so I can... Vuln. Also, what do I have? 40... Give to Rebecca. If I'm going to use Farina, I might actually do. Probably give her it. No, no. We save for Nino. We must save for Nino. Nino will be good. So Carla in FE, like in Hector hard mode, FE7 vanilla, shows up in Crazed Beast in a house, but she's not recruited there. She's just like a, haha, I'm gonna tease that I exist. So instead they made her recruitable if you visit that house of Bartra. Problem is, you can't really have, you don't have any reason to believe that visiting that house of Bartra would give you anything. Like, first time through, I just like, oh shit, I didn't bring Bartra to this chapter, I gotta restart. Wyverns. Vanilla Carla recruit is lit. I think we have different definitions of lit. What's Nino's perf? Probably Iris's tome. Like, I'm just gonna guess here, but it seems like Iris's tome would be how they go about it. They're stealing a lot of stuff from Heroes wholesale, which is fine, but, you know, I don't really think they needed to. Anyway, we have another mine, so I think what we're gonna do is give a Devil Sword. Actually, no, we're gonna take the Devil Sword and make a mine. No Vassal's Blade. You probably get it through talking to... Also, Carla shouldn't have the Vassal's Blade. If the Wo Dao is meant to... So in Vanilla, apparently the Wo Dao was just like the blade of like Corel and Carla's clan. But in this, Wo Daos are just like fancy killing edges that everyone gets. So I'm guessing the Vassal's Blade was given to fucking... The Nameless Blade was gonna be given to Corel. Devin Khan. This is mine now. I don't want some A support based preferred weapons. Thank you, yes. Giving preferred weapons through supports is like... I mean, granted, Three Houses didn't give like a preferred weapon, but it is something that Three Houses introduced conceptually that I fucking love that they need to do more with. So with Dimitri and I forget which support it is, and I reference this so often that I should just fucking know by now, but Dimitri and Felix have a support wherein after completing it, Felix gets a Wo Dao. And, like, that is just conceptually... Give benefits that aren't just, like, insignificant stat boosts to supports. Kind of like Finn's Brave Land. Yeah, exactly. And, like, there'd be some really easy ones for FE7. Sure. Oh, Felix Demetrius the Soul of... I thought it was Wodao. Okay, the Sword of Zoltan. Honestly, that's even cooler. That is even cooler. Oh, also... Transfer, give, take, pure water, because you're gonna fucking explode. Yeah, in FE7, like, one that I always thought would be cool is it does not make sense during the course of FE7 for the Delphi Shield to be in Byrne's treasury. Delphi is the sky god of Elite, and to our knowledge is really only worshipped by the people of Sakai. So it would make sense that, like, have it be obtainable with, like, a Lyn Florina A support. Yeah, Heaven Seal. We know how it goes. Anyway, Heaven Seal, hooray. Thanks, Louise. Okay, so... I will laugh if they have made Pent worse somehow. This just looks like Vanilla Pent. I'm just going to guess that it is Vanilla Pent. How are you gonna buff Pent? How are you buffing his bases? Okay, so Pent gets +2 magic. Great. Equal skill. Okay. So we got an extra point of defense and +2 magic. Why? For what purpose do we buff Pent? Arguably one of the best units in this game. Okay, so Hector can use it. So any Lord can use the Heaven Seal at any point in time. Hellfire. What are Louise's stats? We will check in a second. I can keep a train of thought for exactly 7 seconds and no longer, so I have to attack. We need blood. Okay. Also, let's check his gross. I imagine his gross are unchanged. Most units that are, like, post Chapter 17 don't really get a buff to the gross. Well, let's check. Growth rates. In fact, they might have been brought down a little bit. Nope. Exactly the same. Still has one of the higher res growths in this game, thanks to what Wildflower is doing to people. Anyway, Louise. Oh. The Sharanga. She gets a magical bow. That's kind of neat. I'll admit, that's a nice piece of lore. +4 res. Target. Why, though? These are huge buffs. Okay, so Louise at base was a good unit, but she had 12 strength. Like, her thing was she had 12 strength, so she was carried mostly by the silver bow that she normally comes with. She got 5 points of strength. Why? She's a pre-promote. You put her in your army if you do not have a bow user at this point, and you need one. Why train Will? Don't. There's no reason to. So, +5 strength. Okay, +2 skill. +8 speed. She's level 4 and she has 25 speed. Like, fucking Speed, Nim, and Lynn's only at 28. Oh, they nerfed her defense by 1, but you know what they did? They buffed her res. Actually, they buffed her res by 2. Which, to be fair, given that, like, everyone in this game gets, like, gets res slashed, buffing a res, I like that. That's cool. Doesn't need the other buffs, though. And her growths are probably the same. She still has low HP. Yeah, that's fine. Like, a sniper should not really be getting hit. Okay, she took a 10% ding to her strength, but everything else is the same. The racier Redux, but even more preferred weapons, of course. Of course. There's nothing wrong with giving units, like, preferred weapons on paper. And hell, even in practice, a lot of the time, it's not a big deal. But it seems to be that, like, this is a rebalance of FE7 insofar as we're just giving everyone, like, better stats. We're not really, like, we're not analyzing where FE7 kind of, like, slips up and trying to fix that. Oh, shit, I should have brought that. But instead, we're just buffing everyone because. Damn. Close, but no cigar. Ooh. We did another chapter before this. Oof, okay, we might need to... Optimal strategy for this in vanilla is just to make your way to the house, which isn't too hard. You kind of hole up in the bottom right for a little while and then slowly start making yourself to the Hammer'n house. There's no reason to, like, linger in the north. The enemies there are very, very strong. '84 crit! Huh? 45. Wait a second. You're gonna give Lynn a horse, but you're not gonna give her a crit bonus? Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Reject horse, return to crit bonuses. Jesus, alright, well... It is almost safe to bank on a crit with her. Oopsie daisy. Gotta turn your animations on. Also, I think, yeah, we went over Carla last time. You get Carla in Chapter 25, Crazed Beast. She normally appears there in a village, but she's not recruitable. If you visit that village with Bartra, you will be able to recruit her, which I think makes way more sense. Like, in a perfect world, you would have to kind of foreshadow it a little more than it is. But I think it's a good recruitment time, because also Farina and Carla have a support together. So if you just want to use them both, you know, you can. You get 2 units that are able to support, which is nice. support Carlo of someone who gives crit. The 100 crit dream. Yeah, I guess you're not wrong. I know Ellawood would technically get more out of a promotion, but I want Hector to, like, have a speed stat. Oh! Oh, we're using the Brave Hector! Oh, that's cool! Okay, so do I get Lances on promo now? Oh, no, okay. Huh. So this Great Lord, reanimation, made by the same dude who did Brave Lyn. Could have sworn this had a Lance variant instead of a Sword one. You get Sea Swords, I guess. I think I actually would have preferred Hector to get Lances on promotion, now that I think about it. My res is 18. I still take a hefty chunk of damage. Priscilla. I'm just gonna move down to Massacre Decay. Keep you around for physics. Move a gulp. Huh. I don't hate this as an enemy phase theme. It's still, like, imposing, and it fits Burn. I like this. This is a good change. I think the implication here is that it is primarily, like, Vida's involvement with this that ties it to Burn. To Burn. It would be fun if Hector just got doubled and died. But yeah, listening to this, it actually fits well as, like, an enemy phase theme. Ooh, that's no good. Promo speed saved his ass? Nah, 14 speed. Still slow. With the Vita Spear, we're gonna try for it. We're gonna go ahead and Yumi-Zumi over here. Yeah, Louise has, like, no HP. I mean, I guess it's kind of, like, pretty archetypical to female characters, where, like, they just get less HP. It is the laws of a fighting game. If you're a female character, you get, like, 80% less HP, or, like, 20% less HP. Debrusodo. I don't want to do that, because that's spooky scary. But it's okay. They may have, like, 5 less points of con, but they have 2 more points of speed, so it balances out, definitely. Are we gonna force? Okay, cool, so I should be able to. Yeah, I see Carla and I'm like, why train Gi? Like, this is a perfectly serviceable unit. Why even bother trading Gi? It matters in FE10 because FE10's tower kind of comes down. There's no weapon weight, so I'd argue that the like boost to speed versus strength and bulk is a little more equitable there. But yeah, the tower, like, there are important speed thresholds that you only hit by like reaching cap. Bonk. I find it funny that Khalil just gets to be the speed. Like, what? Mages were not that good in Path of Radiance. I feel like mages were in a good spot in Path of Radiance by virtue of, like, there being some enemies that are on harder difficulties too bulky to reasonably burn down to physical units, but... nope. Like, they weren't omnipresent. If anything, it was just like, horse emblem go burr. So, Khalil reaches the speed threshold because Rex Flame gives speed, yes. So he just sucked because no staff? Yeah, That's part of the, like, 3-tier thing that I don't like. Like, 3-tier units are cool, and it's fitting given that, like, this is a direct sequel. But, God, like, did Miss just forget how to ride a fucking horse? Like, sages can only... I don't think splitting up magic into a bunch of different types makes magic more interesting for the most part. Mine. Someone has a fucking mine. You have a mine, okay. Tier U 1 units feel bad because they're only on the Dawn Brigade IMO. I'm kind of a different I get what you're saying. I just kind of view it differently in that I like the Tier 1 units in the Dawn Brigade because it still feels like there's reasonable potential for growth without just snowballing into stupidity. It can, but it didn't happen in FE10. I'm trying to think of games where it, like, really feels distinctive. I don't feel like FE7 does it all that well. Dark Magic wins by virtue of having cool magics like Luna and Nosferatu. Light Magic sucks because it has 0 might. And Anima's just whatever. Like, it's kind of... The distinctions are boring in GBA Fire Emblem. I think this holds true for 6 and 8 as well. I think, but... Like on the DS games, you can have different magic types and they still count as one weapon type. See, I don't like that as much. I just don't think... what is it? I don't think splitting it up, like, dark, light, and anima is usually that interesting. Well, I feel like you need to have, like, more going for it than just another weapon triangle, essentially. Hey, do you have a longbow? Oh, you can't have longbows, right. Yay. FE8, that's true. Slayer does give light magic a legitimate niche for endgame content. So, yeah, Oblivion, you're right. FE8 did do some things with Summoner and Slayer. Okay, you're carrying Louise. Okay, so to get Veda to move down there, I need to... Oh, wait, Oh, they're doing more FF7. Are you... Wait, I have to get a PS5... whatever. You know, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. So, is it actually the second part, or is it just, like, the Final Fantasy 15 way of, like, Episode Gladio, Episode Ignis, Episode Prompto, not Episode Lunafreya, because we don't care about her. Ah, God fucking damn it. No, Square Enix. Bad! Have you not learned from your past sins? God damn it. Okay, if episode Yuffie is meant to be like a prequel, so we have more context to Yuffie when she joins the party, I'm fine with that. If it is literally how they are going to do like expansions for Final Fantasy VII Remake through the end, I will hate it forever. If she was getting a PS5, yeah, I'm not getting a PS5 anytime soon. I think Florina has the mine, right? Look, to be fair, I bought a PS3, oh god. I think I bought a PS3 for... I bought both a PS3 and a PS4 for the prospect of maybe playing Kingdom Hearts 3. And now I'm out here probably gonna buy a PS5 for Final Fantasy VII Remake. So I don't think I'm gonna get a PS5 until they come out with like a new model of it. Because like the first releases of Sony consoles tend to be kinda stinky. From my recollection. Yeah, but the backwards compatible PS3 also had like really bad performance issues in terms of like lasting. Okay, to be fair, like, the Vincent Gaiden is just going to be Dirge of Cerberus. Which I think is good, because they're trying to... For those of you unaware, like, Final Fantasy VII had a bunch of, like, additional character novellas. So, if you remember the fucking... Don Cornello's weird, like, guard of a personality. I forget his name, but he was from, like, either a light novel or some, like, character... Weird non-video game thing. Of, like, I think it's called, like, The Children Are Alright or something. So it seems like with the remake, they're trying to roll in every piece of Final Fantasy VII media into one game. So we're probably going to get Dirge of Cerberus. Not Reno. He wore like a leather hat or something. Was KH3 worth it? Not at all. KH3 was an immense disappointment, and from where I stand. The guy voiced by Sedith. Yes, the guy voiced by Sedith. Thank you. That's very descriptive. Did I play Remind for KH3? I did not. I understand that it probably would have made certain things a lot better, but first impressions matter. And even having never played like Final Mix for things like KH2 or KH1, I still thought those were like worthwhile products. I do not feel the same about... Oh, nice. About KH3. Felt like KH3 just kind of like sat around with its finger in its butt for way too long. That's annoying. And then like finally got to the point in the last 5%. Power Pet Louise, buffed beyond belief. I have to kill you. I can probably... Do you still have a Wing Spear? You do, so... Holy doly! Alright, that's bad. We will mend up Rebecca, we'll eat the steel bow in enemy phase, and we'll just have to kill Brave Sword guy with Rebecca. Put you here. The weapon... the Paladin had that it was effective? It wasn't an effective weapon, he just had a Brave Sword, and I can't one-shot you. Remember when Kyrie's important? Kyrie was important for KH1 and never again, and they should have just accepted that. Like, Sora and Riku. Those are the characters from Destiny Islands that actually mattered. Kyrie was never important. I know people wanted her to be important, and like, I sympathize, but she was never important. I feel like KH3, like, I missed a step where I was supposed to suddenly care about Kyrie. Okay, I guess we'll just keep going down here. Sora cares about Kyrie. I'm gonna be honest, like, Sora just like stands there getting awkwardly hugged when she reunites with Kyrie in KH2. Meanwhile, Sora has like a fucking emotional break. Oh shit. Oh wait, never mind. Like the man has like an emotional breakdown, gets on his knees and starts sobbing when he sees Riku again. Kyrie's a plot device. Like it feels bad, but her character. This was an RPG series. Oh. That's it's a little rough. It was an RPG series made in like the early 2000s. Like her characterization was just girl, and that's fine. It's not ideal, but it is what it is. Like in KH2, they're just like, oh, Kyrie, you have a Keyblade now, for some reason. And we're supposed to believe that you can competently fight the big boys. In KH3, like, you're somehow on Aqua's level. Who, by all rights, should be stronger than, like, everyone. Nomura doesn't know how to write female leads. I mean, I don't disagree with that conjecture. They've had 14 years to make her a person, but they didn't. But they didn't. They announced a Final Fantasy VII mobile battle royale. Fucking no. Come on, you had a good thing with FF7R. Please. Don't fuck this up. Look, Kairi is the worst Kairi. If you were to plot all of the Kairis on like a tier list, she's like, it goes like Aqua, Shion Namine, free tier, probably someone from Union Cross, Kairi. Look, to be fair, given how popular Tifa has been as just like a waifu character, and I genuinely feel bad for people who have liked Tifa as a cool character since FF7 came out. Because goddamn, she has been reduced in media post FF7 and in fan communities, just tits the character. And like that kind of stinks. That kind of stinks. I like more Sid. Sid's a Dragoon, which means he's automatically cool. I don't make the rules, it's just how it be. I don't know about Aerith, though. Abandoned character, return to waifu. Which is weird, because I feel like 7R did a decent job for a large portion of its runtime in, like, giving Tifa and Aerith, like, characters. But then you remember that from their conceit, they were literally meant to be, like, romance options for Cloud. I'm like, that's unfortunate that they do just kind of boil down to romanceable options. Like, they're fun characters, but, you know, they were designed as, like, who will Cloud pick? Jessie was thirsty. Dude, Jessie got the biggest fucking glow up at 7R. Like, we love Jessie in this house. Kill off Cloud, and then what? We just have a Zack game, I guess? We just do Crisis Core? My least favorite part is that they join the party at lower levels. They don't do that in R. For the most part, your party is in level lockstep. I feel like they could have made Tifa more of a character, but it's kind of like... A lot of her characterization at 7R is tied to the fact that, like, she likes Cloud, which is fine. But that being, like, such a defining facet of her character is kind of boring. That's a lot of wyverns. Honestly, I feel like this is more than original. I just sort of, like, zone out when playing this in vanilla, because I'm either getting the Uber Sphere or I'm just chilling in the bottom left-hand corner. There is no middle ground. Cloud is Tifa's childhood friend. Correct. And look, you know me, childhood friend route is always the best way to go. I love the fact that we're probably never gonna get a Crisis Core remake because of... What is it, Gekt? So in Crisis Core, there is, like... Essentially, like, Sephiroth has friends, and one of his friends is just, like... a literal self-insert for a Japanese pop star? Like, this isn't just a case of, like, hey, let's get this famous, like... actor or musician to voice this character. No, it's like it's modeled after the I think he's a rock star actually. Gekt, I believe his name is. It's Genesis, yeah. And he's just like, hey, what if we just like instead of making Roxas in Kingdom Hearts, we just made it like Jesse McCartney. And then Jesse McCartney would have like rights to his likeness and could prevent the game from ever being re-released. Childhood friend romance option is so boring, you have no taste. None. There's history there, especially in a game where you're not, like, really developing characters well. If there's history for me to go off of, I will probably favor that. What have you missed? We've just turned in... So we changed from FE7 to FF7, so that's just kind of what we're talking about now. Okay. And now we chill in the corner. Like the engaging map that this totally is. Yo, what if a Sonya house was just like the Cynthia house in Black and White 2? Where you walk in and suddenly it's just like, okay, you're fighting me now. Surprise boss fight. Softly with Grace plays, you get L-fired and die. Characters can make their history on screen. They can, but oftentimes they don't. And even when they do, you still make history with people you know coming into the game. Can you show Pent and Louise's stats? Sure. Dorks is too good. The man is too swole. Good to see Dorcas doing well. Yeah, as it turns out, allowing me to get an early promo item, it's a little much. You just do exposition and call it relationship development? Well, that's just doing it badly. Just don't do it badly. Problem solved. Redux hack. We want to promote tactical gameplay with class variety and changing enemy stats to the reality of a Redux hack. Oh wait, the reality of a Redux hack, yeah, big HP Unicooper. I mean, to be fair, that's FE7 in a nutshell. Kind of made juggernauting even worse. I mean, I'd argue to some degree, now you kind of need to juggernaut a little bit, given that you need a unit with high HP and high defense to, like, reasonably tank out enemies. Because I can't use the terrain to my advantage. For the most, like, movement penalties aside, most of his terrain could just be plains. Like, yeah, 2 defense, 1 defense here and there, but the avoid bonuses just don't factor in, which makes this game far less engaging. Pew! Vida versus Dorcas. I mean, that's what I'm gonna... Actually, I don't think Vida kills me. There's also what the heck is a weapon triangle. Yeah, it feels more... Feels like this is a mechanical downgrade in what's under the hood. Which seems like what you wouldn't want to do with a Redux hack. Heroes' renditions of GBA sound font is like a crime against humanity. It's so bad. Well, Ryan, I can What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and bait someone else to attack me, and then... This is gonna be a little rough, because I need to make sure that, like, Florina or someone gets attacked by an enemy, and then I'm able to trade chain over the Unholy Icon into Merlinus. Some renditions are pretty good. I feel like the best versions of like the GBA songs in like post GBA Fire Emblem is in Awakening. Go. Okay, I guess we'll just keep doing this. This is not a very engaging chapter. I'm not entirely... I feel like you just have to either change the conceit, change the map, or change the flow, because as it stands, I'm just spending a lot of my time just like, okay, free XP, cool. Which, like, yeah, free XP is cool, but... doesn't make for a very good map. Oh, the OST will be on Spotify? Okay, honestly, that's the best news any of you have told me, like, all stream. Just gonna drop off. Oh yeah, Pent and Louise's stats. Right, my bad. So Pent, got a huge buff to magic, or 2-point buff to magic, and a slight buff to his defense, I think. He was God before, he's Godder now. And Louise got huge buffs. 5 points to her strength, and like 8 points to her speed or something, and more to her res. Pent didn't need buffs, but a lot of the buffs in this game don't really have rhyme or reason to them. They just exist. Yeah, Shadow King, if I say I'm gonna do something and I don't do it, just, like, remind me. I'm not at all offended, I just forget. Oh yeah, she also has a personal, essentially a Shining Bow, but 2 range locked. Staying indoors melts the brain. I do feel like not talking to people on a super regular basis has kind of atrophied my social skills a bit. As much as I'd like to think that, like, streaming has helped, even with, like, streaming and essentially talking to you all, I do feel like my conversational abilities, or, like, more my ability to, like, speak eloquently and concisely has kind of gone down the shitter. Because, like, previously, I would have to, you know, speak in front of people as an instructor several days a week. So, being concise, clear, not stumbling over my words is something that I had to keep in mind and I was constantly in practice for. Now, not as much. Teacher strategist. Okay, I need Vita to start moving. I mean, yeah, the pandemic's like, it's eating away at you in ways that you probably don't realize. Like, just not talking to people. I kind of lived like this a little before the pandemic, too. Because I graduated in December of 2019. So, like, essentially right at the top of 2020, right before the pandemic hit. And my plan was to spend 6 months traveling around the country, because I had a decent chunk of savings, like, saved up. And I was going to travel around, visit some friends, you know, kind of just have one last hurrah, meeting friends before, you know, everyone gets married and gets into their careers and all that jazz. Vita, please start moving. But yeah, well, essentially a year living as a hermit, it does kind of take a toll on you. Because currently where I live, there are very few people that I know and are comfortable enough with their lifestyles to where I'd be like, okay, yeah, I know you're not acting like... During the bad portion of the pandemic, like, there are a few people where I live that I could go visit, but, like, I know a lot of them just, like, go out and party a lot, which is, like... No shame to them, but I wasn't about to, like, risk that. The ballista broke. No shaming, but yes shaming. Kind of. Okay, can we give a physic to Pent? I think he might be able to... Okay, yeah, Pent could heal. Yeah, COVID has made me realize that a lot of my friends are kind of stupid. And I love them, but they are kind of stupid. Like, I'm all for nihilism for its own sake, but like, you know, maybe just give a little bit of a shit about your own life. Carla's sprite looks bad, the color is so garishly ugly. I mean, that's just vanilla Carla. That wasn't changed. What chapter are we gonna do next? 27. We're going in linear order now. Like, we don't have any weird change that we're making. Alright, Vita, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and start rushing me. Yay, res. Why does Wallace have some of the best res in the game? We'll never know. Isn't there another split? Oh yeah, right. Kenneth and Germ. I think we'd be going to the Germ chapter. I think Germ is the one for physical units. Can I go Kenneth? I mean, I'm thinking about Dorcas. But I guess I do have Sarah and Priscilla. Okay, I'm gonna do something silly, and we are going to make a safe state here, because I want to see if I can make this work. So you should attack Dorcas here, which will allow me to go here, then here, then here, then here. Uh, 25... We'll see. We'll see who goes first. Wait, what? Mines don't affect flying units. I'm dumb. Oh. Only after their turn. Okay. Did we fix the mine glitch? It could have actually been fixed. You do it as soon as you hear the sound effects, from my recollection. That should be good. An FE8. I don't do this enough to really have it under my fingers. I know some hacks patch out the mine glitch. Wait a little longer? Alright. We'll make this work. Might have been too long. How many times did Dorcas lose 5 HP? I feel like I'm doing it right. Can't make the mine glitch. That's this normal or expected? I feel like the mine glitch does not have such strict timing. It might have just been patched out. Alternatively, I'm doing something wrong that I just... Looks like the mine glitch has been fixed. Ah, well. That's unfortunate. Oh, well. I mean, I was doing it for just like, haha funny. Just to get the unholy icon, but it's whatever. But come on, look, that's the only purpose of this chapter. Hey, Mark the Sunbro, thanks for the raid. You have joined in on my unsuccessful attempt at the mine glitch. Alas, it was patched out in this version. I guess that worked out. Yeah, sure. Thanks, Elowen. Alright, there's chapter 26. So now let's see which Pale Flower of Darkness we get. I'm thinking it might be Jerem, but you made a good point that I did technically early promote, like, I have Sarah and Priscilla. Even though Dorcas is my god, like, EXP is EXP. You failed to defeat them. To be fair, Vida didn't even move. I kind of remember Vida moving in OG. At least near the end of it. But yeah, welcome. Playing Project Wildflower. It's kind of a Redux hack of Fire Emblem 7. One moves and pulled? I thought she had like kind of linked AI of some of the wyverns around her. Hey, look! Behold, the last time Lyn gets to be useful in all of vanilla FE7. Alright, there you go. Lyn gets to use tracking skills. That's it. Okay, yep, we're doing the Kenneth chapter. What do you mean germ time? Isn't this a Kenneth chapter? Yep, very big job for the King of Burn. Blah 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 blah. Man, I sure wish I could give a shit about Brendan Reed. Anyway. Ooh. Ah, yes, map changes. Good. More of this, please. And it comes with loose. So right off the bat, things I like. I fucking hated this chapter in vanilla. Because it had the same problem as Dragon's Gate, where there is essentially like a small little path that you just have to funnel everyone through and just eat shit while doing it because snow slows down your movement. You can actually go through, because hey look, no doors! You can just walk through. Corel or Harkin saying, as I understand it, Corel and Harkin are no longer a choice. The choice is between Geets and Wallace in this. Nope, we're gonna have loose Sarah. We'll get there. Well, loose Sarah will do it. Anyway. Go ahead and... I'd like to bring Farna. Well, in Dragon's Gate, you have to push through ASAP, but in vanilla, you are also being bombarded by, I think it's this guy. Okay, in vanilla, there is... Oh. Yeah, Harkin's just here. Nah, Harkin just spawns in right off the bat, so Corel will come in later. Yeah, there was like a Purge Bishop here, so... Because he could move within the castle, his threat range was huge compared to the amounts of space that your units could move. So you had to just keep, like, Hector and company way back, because they get absolutely rocked by that guy. Like, I'm pretty sure he nearly one-shots a base Ninian. So yeah, good changes. This was miserable in vanilla. Can you have multiple S ranks in the game? I don't know. I would like to think so. If we were to make Mark more involved, I wanted to interact with Lyn more to make her more involved with the plot. Hard disagree. I'm going to be honest, using an avatar... Fire Emblem seems to use its avatars as... Maybe let's rephrase this. A lot of, like, important female characters in Fire Emblem, like, post Shadow Dragon, kind of exists to exalt the avatar. Three Houses is a good example if you compare the interactions between the three lords. I feel like Edelgard leans on Byleth way more because it's expected of a female lead. I don't want Lynn's involvement to the plot to be like, hey, we're just gonna turn her into Heroes Lynn, to where she's just, like, always been about Mark, which isn't at all a thing in vanilla FE7. Trade, I think Priscilla can do it. Edelgard does actually offer her condolences to Byleth after Grail happens. And I'd argue that Edelgard's is probably the most heartfelt of like, hey, shit sucks, but I'm gonna help you out. Like, be strong together. When they do her close bond of Mark well, I'm gonna be real, what close bond? Like, beyond the, hey, you helped me through Lynn mode, thank you. Which is the same sort of, like, appreciative send-off that you get at the end of Eliwood and Hector modes. Like, the CG where the Lord in question looks at the camera and talks to the Lord, to Mark, and is like, thank you so much for all you've done, I'll miss you. All three Lords do that. Like, people remember Lynn's because you have to see it every time you go through Lynn mode, but both Eliwood and Hector have that. Okay, anyway. I think we're gonna have some armors and a Reaver. Oh, look, I have literally negative faith with how they would remake this game. I know in my heart of hearts, I know for a fact that they're just gonna go ahead and, like, turn Lynn into, like, an Avatar sexual character. And it will hurt. It will hurt my heart. FE7 will never get a remake. FE7 is probably gonna get a remake eventually. Okay, like this. So we're gonna charge Fort of Lynn, send Eliwood over there. Hector's gonna bop you. Never, actually, probably 1, 2, 3. Honestly, I kind of liked Awakening Lynn's conversation, because it seemed more of a meta thing of like, hey, are you the player, the same person who played FE7? Like, I feel like that's what they're asking, because Mark in this game is just a straight insert for the player. Ah, Western Isles. Yeah, great, fantastic. Oh, more Shining Force music, okay. Anyway, like, in the Awakening conversation where Lynn is essentially like, hey, is it you? Like, oh my god, this is crazy. I kind of took that as a more meta thing of, hey, are you the player, the same person who played FE7 back in the day? And to that end, I think it's honestly kind of sweet, given that Awakening was meant to be the last Fire Emblem game if it flopped. Kill you both. This is where the Shining Force music plays. It plays a couple of times. It plays in the Heath chapter, it plays in a few late game Lynn mode chapters, and it plays here. Good left level. It's a weird Hector animation. Yeah, it's using the Brave Hector animation, which was made to accommodate Uther's palette and, like, his ability to use lances, but here I feel like it's a straight downgrade from Great Lord, especially given that they didn't change his weapon makeup. Like, if Great Lord used lances here, then I could understand it, but as it stands, it kind of seems like a useless change. It's an animation switch for the sake of an animation switch. Correct. Complete agreement. And just go ahead and bury up Dorcas. The old Hector sprite was way better. Like, the Brave Hector, it's good. Like, I respect the efforts made, but this doesn't feel like a change of much purpose, I know. Turbo, wait. Volvator. Yeah, maybe. Do I eat that? They will eat this guy, but it's only 22. It's 38. So I will eat 27 and 11. So I should live this. I'll need a physic afterwards, though. Good snow change by just making it aesthetic, yeah. It is unfortunate that no one has done anything interesting with, like, weather in Fire Emblem, but... like, I get it. It's not a very fun mechanic. And I feel like, you know what? If your options are, like, have it be bad or just remove it entirely, just remove it entirely. Ideally, someone would figure out a cool way to, like, actually change it so it's present and, like, still a factor, but not really obnoxious. Good way of making weather interesting and fun? That's kind of a hard question. Because, as it stands, weather is just a movement inhibitor. So it's just like, hey, you cannot move through this map as quickly. Weather that acts similar to, like, Fate's Dragon Veins and changes terrain would be a cool way to start. I don't even think having it be Fog of War would be that interesting of a change, because I don't think Fire Emblem does Fog of War particularly well. Ow, God. Why do you give, like, no one any res but pre-promotes? See, I guess having weather, like, affect things like bow, like, maybe accuracy, or, like, magic effects or something. That would be a way to go about it. But by and large, I don't know, like, just don't have it inhibit movement. That's not fun. Oh, thank you, Windows Defender. Very cool. I mean, enemies having an advantage over you in Fog of War is why Fog of War doesn't work in Fire Emblem. The problem is when the CPU has to play, like, around stealth mechanics, it's really easy to exploit AI. Like, incredibly easy to do so. Like, I noticed things like that when playing through, for example, Project Triangle. Wherein, like, Anna, who can stealth, just kind of breaks the game, because enemies are idiots. They're really stupid. Days of Ruin did Fog of War right because enemies were held to the same standard. I feel like it works in Advanced Wars because, like, the punishment for losing a unit is not as, like, severe. Do you see them adding new characters to old Fire Emblem games and remakes like Solve? I really hope not. For Gaiden, it kind of worked because Gaiden has a very small cast. The only game I could see that maybe working for is FE8, but FE8 is already so compact a story that adding characters to it would feel superfluous. You added characters to this game? No. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I get Eric from a story perspective, but you already have, like, a large majority of your cast that you just are not using. Adding more units is dumb. Hey, Dr. Gold, what'd it do? But, oh, shit. I use Dorcas. $11, 28, 9, so I'll take 18 plus 11. Was my P4 Golden playthrough? I'd be down to play it. Persona games kind of have the same issue as someone asked earlier about Final Fantasy games, in that there is there's a lot of downtime. And like, I understand that it's not something that's super interesting to everyone. The shit unit like cannon fodder argument works in something like Mars Tale. Hey. Yap, yap, yap. She's not even hurt or sad. It's just like, I want to scratch my ear. Even though I know that I always scratch too hard. Ugh. The problem is, I will eat like... I don't think I can eat 2 hits from any of them. 26 times 2. Actually, I could. Persona 5 Strikers? It looks like a very stylish Musou game. Like, seeing gameplay of P5 Strikers really makes me wish that Fire Emblem Warriors was handled with a little more care than it was. But, like, boss fights in that game seem very, very fun. I mean, I feel like an FE4 remake would probably remove the substitute children, or have them be... At the very least, I feel like having the substitute children be referenced in a normal play would be fine, even if they aren't, like, recruitable units. Hey, you're fine, you're fine. And back her up. I'd argue, like, FE Warriors doesn't even really succeed as being, like, a really fun Musou game. It's like, it's okay, but it's not great. From a gameplay standpoint, I much prefer Hyrule Warriors. I think we're fine. We should... I doubt they'll remove the substitutes altogether, but they'll probably have them have a little more presence if you aren't making use of them in the story proper. Oof, spooky scary. Warriors 2 and an FE4 re... That's a really interesting idea. Because, like, the thing I hate the most about FE4 is playing FE4. How would it play if it were a... I'm not sure if you were just, like, joking for the sake of it, but that's honestly a pretty interesting thought experiment. Like, what if they remade FE4 in a completely different genre? Like, kept all the story, kept all the character interactions, but just had the gameplay be like an action hack and slash or something. I'm sure people who, like, love FE4 would fucking loathe it, but I have no attachment to that game. I think it's kind of doo-doo garbage trash from a gameplay standpoint. So, you know what? As long as you fix the story, or, like, expand the story, I don't hold the gameplay as anything sacred. Do with it what you will. But yeah, no, you probably... This is just like a funny haha theory, but I think people would rightfully be a little angry if an FE4 remake was just like something entirely different. You can't fix FE4. I mean, there are people who would argue that FE4 doesn't need fixing. Which is why in conversations of, like, how do you remake FE4, I feel like I'm not a good person to take charge on that. Because, like, remaking FE4 for me means just, like, burning it down and, like, putting a new game in its place. Oh, longbow. Wow. I mean, look, you all know how much I love FE7. Like, I love this game to death, but, like, I've been ripping it apart in a pretty, like, the actual vanilla game. I've been ripping it apart pretty hard. Because it has a lot of things that need fixing. I like it for what it is. I'd probably like it more if they fixed the things that didn't work. Like, if you were to ask me what I prefer between, like, the FF7R genre of remake, wherein you kind of, like, remake the spirit of a game, and something like... I don't know, Actually, no, Trials of Mana was also, like, a good remake. I feel like a remake can be allowed to be its own thing from a gameplay perspective. Probably need to ask Rin or Mecha how to remake FE4. See, at the same time, I'm not sure, because Mecha, maybe. Rin, probably less so. I feel like someone who, like, feverishly loves a title probably is not the best person to ask how to remake it. But I agree in that, like, asking someone like Rin or Mecha for their input on the conversation, it's valuable, but, like, there are problems with that game that, like, I would imagine that they don't view as problems, per se. Yo, can you just, like, run at me, please? 20 speed. an efficient mass move command that makes things better. I understand what you're saying, but that kind of feels akin to the auto battle systems and like I think auto battles in New Mystery, certainly in Awakening and Beyond, where it's kind of a, oh god, this is actually kind of scary. Kind of like a half-measure solution to getting through like slogs of the game, where like, oh, I don't want to, like, this portion of the game is not interesting to control, so instead we will make it so where you don't have to do anything. Can I use Florina to burn you down? Warsong Langrisser is actually decent from what I've played. I'm not entirely sure. Every time someone tells me, hey, play this game, it's a lot like Fire Emblem, I play it, and it lacks a lot of, like, what I like about Fire Emblem. Probably incorrect to say that it lacks depth, but, like, it lacks the same sort of strategy that I enjoy about the FE games. If your solution to fixing something is just to have people not play it, that's not a... So I agree. 100%. That. It's kind of how I feel about skipping enemy phases, right? Like, people complain that watching enemy phases, it's boring, it takes too long. Okay, press start and you just don't have to deal with it. That's a really inelegant solution. Because now you have the problem of like, okay, what the fuck happened on enemy phase? Like, why are half my units dead? What happened? It's hard to follow. It makes for a less engaging experience, IMO. Like, Codename Steam had a good solution wherein you just have a speed up button. Like, if you just design in, like, mechanics by which you could speed up enemy phase and still, like, parse information that is happening during it, I think that's the better way to go about it. Skip bad, fast forward good. When the first did it was bad, later on it got better. I mean, I still don't like it in Fates. I have just enough lockpick. Like, I'm not saying that skipping enemy phase is not a solution. Like, it works. It's just not the best solution. I don't feel like you should just, like, check that off as, you know, a solved problem through and through. Bow, bow, bow. Ow, that hurts a lot. Okay. Back to Harken. Knight's Oath, I love this song. Okay, gonna rescue you, gonna move away. Corell is still fashionably late, as he is. Yeah, using Divine Pulse... I mean, Divine Pulse in general is a very contentious mechanic. One that I don't like for a large... Like, for... By and large, I'm not a huge fan of Divine Pulse. So, Harken. He has the benefit of having Hector hard mode stats. He's fucking god in like, FE7 proper. But he still gets buffed, because of course he does. 3 extra points of HP. Oh my god, he's getting nerfed a little bit? Okay, alright. Equal strength. 2 less skill. Ooh, but then 2 more speed. Equal luck, equal defense, 2 more... Okay, he's still getting buffed by and large. But you know what? Some restraint. Also, he has A's in both, so instead of B's in both. But I think that's because they changed the Brave Sword to be an A rank weapon, so that was just kind of a necessity. Check the growth. Growth. Oh, okay. Harkin's growth. 35, 30. This looks to be a... Oh, no. Okay, so his HP got buffed by 20. Damn, 100% HP for some reason. Okay. His speed got nerfed a little bit, but he got 2 base points in it, so that's fine. Luck, defense, res. Yeah, it's really his speed got nerfed by 20, his HP got buffed by 20. Harkin's still... This is still, like, in a general sense, a buff. We gotta wait for Elwood. I did not put the lockpick on. God damn it. What was Redux Percival? I don't remember. Why is that hand axe on Hector so tiny? Because it was fashioned after the Awakening hand axes. Most of these animations were fashioned to like fit things like the Awakening hand axe weapon icon. Black Knight is an interesting choice for Hector's armor. I'm pretty sure this is specifically like the Great Lord Hector. Or the Brave Lord Hector. Which is a fork off of the Zelgius sprite, but I think it's touched up enough to be its own thing. You get Krell here or later. I think it's here. I'm not 100% sure. Nuramon made both, if I recall correctly. Please go ahead and open the door next turn. Did you think you could leave Merlinus alone? Hilarious. Hilarious. That's fine. Do I save for the loose and the 3 treasures? There's not much here. Yeah, well, Merlinus can't dodge, so I'm just accepting his death. Watch him become like 25 in the remake. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The FE7 Lords, they are honestly too young for the story that... Their age does not match up with what they do in the story. It's a case of... It's like Shonen Jump syndrome of we want this game to be appealing towards specifically like kids and younger teens. Because looking at something like FE6 and FE7 in comparison to like the SNES titles, the Super Nintendo was marketed as like an all-ages console. And it had games and whatnot that were meant to be enjoyed by like teens and adults. The GBA, meanwhile, was more of a solely child-focused console. Also, wait, can I just steal your lockpick? Oh, I can just steal this. I'll be honest, FE7's not really about... The only time FE7 touches on the horrors of war is with Nino and Jafar, I guess, and maybe the orphans in FE6, but by and large, it's kind of like these characters are young because it's appealing to our demographic that we wish to sell the game to. Not off-putting historically, but like, this isn't historical fiction, this is fantasy. But in the case of FE7, I feel like they are young to such a degree that it's kind of detrimental to the story being told. Like, the main one is Lyn. Lyn being 14 or 15 when the Lorca died. It makes her being denied, like, her birthright of being the Lorca chief to be less as, like, a statement of the Lorcas are really sexist, and it becomes more a statement of, like, no, you're a child, we're not gonna follow a child. If the age wasn't known, would you consider it as a trouble, as a bad thing? Not really. But given that the age is known, I will kind of, like, look at that when evaluating what characters do in the story. Like, Lyn's is the big one, just because it kind of hamstrings the story. She's like, oh shit. Oh! Okay. We get the Rienfletch here. Harkin got a slight buff, but he's still Harkin, so he's still God. When does age matter as much in Fire Emblem? It doesn't. But at the same time, I feel like... I think it really is just the Lyn thing that, like, always threw me off. Because it kind of weakened her, like, character conceit. Wonder if the assassin dropped the S-rank bow on the other map? Maybe. Where is... There you are. I guess, yeah, Sonic comes to mind in being as young as she is. So, Ike, actually, Ike being young is part of his story. You could argue it matters a bit for Roy, but... Did you have a door key or something? No. But I'd say, like... Ike and Leaf are cases where them being as young as they are is kind of like... It matters to the plot a little bit. Leaf less so, Ike more so. Beyond that, it is mostly incidental. I think Lyn being a teen is appropriate for Lyn mode. I disagree. She would have been left orphaned at the age of 14, which is, to the audience, in the audience's mind, still very much a child. But her being, like, left alone in a girl on the plains is meant to be indicative of a Lorca not respecting her because she's a woman, which kind of is poked holes, kind of gets holes poked into it when she is as young as she is. Then the rationale becomes... Corral, can you just show the fuck up, please? Then the rationale becomes, like, more realistically, okay, she's just, like, way too young for what she's, like, wanting to do. Like, I don't think you're supposed to find what the Lorca did reasonable. I'll just drop the iron bow, that's fine. See, it was changed in the English version. And I think it's a good change, because it kind of makes things make a little more sense. Yeah, Lyn mode Lyn is supposed to be the same age as Roy, who is like... A lot of his characterization is being way too young for what he's supposed to do. And Nino, who's literally like a child soldier. So... Just, it does not work. It don't work for me. Look to Kuban's Lyn art and tell me she was supposed to be 15, lol. I mean, it's the same problem I have, like... How characters like Tifa, I guess, are portrayed in, like, they are characters that exist in and of themselves, but like have been interpreted beyond their games as just being like eye candy waifu bait, and I don't like that. I really, really have an issue with that. I boat out you? Cool. Like, look at the original art for FE7. In fact, I might have a... Let me see if I can find this, because this was an argument I had to make, a counter-argument I had to make so often of people like, yeah, nah, Lynn's like always been a cheesecake character. I'm like, no. No, she's not. Like, here's literally all the character art in FE7. Not out of line with how anything else is. Like, Heroes is horny. Who'da thunk? I think the argument's like, haha, Lynn doesn't wear pants. She's just like legs the character. Here you go. Here is an Imgur album of literally every character from FE7. Every character of key art. No one wears pants. No one. They're illegal in Alib. There is only one character who wears pants. Like, one female character that wears pants, and that's Slim Stella, who's arguably, like, genderless. Cypher started it. I don't like Cypher's Lynn. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think Lynn has, like, a single great Cypher card. Even the Wada ones are a little suspect. Like, it just, I got so tired of the argument of like, haha, Lynn's like, because right after Heroes came out, there were a bunch of people who were being introduced to these characters for the first time, and may come from like a more traditionally anime-esque background in terms of how they view characters. And I just got tired of constantly having to make the argument of like, no, like, Lynn's not designed as a cheesecake character. So I just made a bunch of Imgur albums, like, okay, here's literally every character in FE7. No one wears pants. Myrmidons and Alib don't wear pants. You could argue that Nomads do, but Lynn's an arc is like a happy medium between Alibian Myrmidons and Nomads, so she's a Myrmidon dressed like Sakaean Nomads. Chaps are like... Think of it like leather... I can't believe I'm gonna say it like this. Think of it like leather armor for your legs. You wear them outside of jeans to kind of keep your legs from getting bruised up riding a horse. I got 18 defense. And... Yikes. I mean, I'll live it. I'm just not going to be super jazzed. The level of horny varies a lot by installment, but Heroes, by and large, is pretty horny. Which is fine. Like, it's what it's trying to be. It's making intelligent systems money. But I'm just not super jazzed using Heroes as, like, justification for how characters were originally portrayed. I ignore the fandom in general regarding women, because that's a rabbit hole you don't want to go down. Honestly, I kind of agree. I'm not a huge fan of like how the modern FE community treats like any female character. Like, I'm not gonna act all puritanical about it, but it's just kind of like I have to roll my eyes a little bit. Silverbow, huh? There we go, good. More speed on Dorcas. Very nice. And talisman, nice. Yeah, Telly's had, like, I think the only characters that didn't wear pants were the Myrmidon archetype. Myrmidons and mages, which I guess you can argue is, like, form... What? Oh, wait, that's Sword Reaver. I thought that was the Wolf Bale. I'm like, why is the Wolf Bale effective against a thief? But Telly's has good armor design because it's not realistic, but form implies function. Mages, Myrmidons, like, they have no armor because they have, like, shit for defense. Cavs are lightly armored. They keep their legs mostly unarmored. Just to, like, give a player an idea at a glance what this unit, this class is, like, statistically allocated to do. Yeah, Nephany doesn't wear pant armor, but she does have, like, armor, just not on her legs. Oh, shoot, Cuneo, my dude. Oh, wait, oh, God, am I late to raids? Oh, God, no, I'm not late to raids, right? Alright, we're good. Thanks, Cuneo. I see you hop in here, I'm like, oh, shit, Tali's gonna beat me up. Tali is going to beat me to death. Neff has leg armor in tier 2? I think she has leg armor. She's still not wearing pants, but that's more like a character design choice than a class design choice. Okay. Bait you for longbow again. Okay. Hey, Corel, can you, like, show up? Like, I have been told that you show up regardless, so I'm taking my sweet-ass time. But, like... Ooh, actually... $28, $29... I may have made a boo-boo. I did not make a boo-boo, but I do need to... I definitely need to trade you the Monicati. And you don't one-shot me. So... Monicati, you... Wait, we're gonna hammer the Monicati lady. Maybe I sat on his spawn point. Maybe they didn't have a contingency for that. And if so, that's hilarious, but maybe fix it if I did. Because it feels like we're well past the point where Corel should have showed up. Come on. Man, I cannot move. I cannot move. Thank you. Okay. Speak of the devil and in he rides. What up, Corel? Alright, cool. So Corel, the Nameless Blade, trades defense for power. Oh, I like this! Yes, life and death! It's just life and death! Ah! Ah, that's neat. I dig this. A Rune Sword and Nameless Blade. That's very edgy. Me likey. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like FE7 Corel. This is a case where I think FE7 just, like, took something from FE6 and was like, what if we just took this completely literally? Like, he was actually... He wasn't, like, telling a, like, kind of a parable of, like, how he let the, like, want for bloodlust and power corrupt him. No, he was, like, literally a demon swordsman. The Nameless Blade is not a real sword in FE7. In FE7, Corel's, like, family sword is the Wodao. The Wodao in FE7 is treated as like Corel's clan sword, essentially. But since the Wodao is now just a fancy Swordmaster Killing Edge, he gets the Nameless Blade. There's 30 speed. Yeah, Corel's bases in vanilla sucked by virtue of he just couldn't get like Hector hard mode bonuses. So it was a no-brainer between Corel and Harkin. So right off the bat, 9 HP, an extra point of strength, equal skill, 5 more speed, equal luck, equal defense, equal res. Honestly, I think Nameless Blade giving... This is honestly fine. You buffed up his HP. Sword, like, axes don't run the show as much as they did in FE7 proper. And, like, you gave him a really good crit weapon. I think this is a case where I'm okay with a buff. It might be a little much, like maybe giving him an effective 22 strength is a bit, but whatever. Like, who cares about speed? He'd double anything anyway, and, like, no one dodges. So, speed doesn't matter. Anyway, steel bow, steel axe. Oh my god. Can you just get comfortable on my lap, please? Okay. FE4 Manga Horse Slayer. I don't remember the Manga Horse Slayer. Pew! Okay. Oh, right. It's gross. We didn't look at them. They're probably the same. But we shall check. Gross, Corel. 70, 30, 50, 50, 30, 10, 50. Yep, same. $91 critical. Jesus. Put on Corel's. If you're getting lag, try refreshing Twitch. This just happens from time to time. And we don't crit! 91 crit and we don't crit. Feels good. Good start. 1 RN moment. Okay, also, we're gonna do this real quick. They forget every time, but despite the fact that it says it should keep my webcam always... Oh, that's bad. Cancel that. Figure video. Yeah, my white balance is like... God, I hate that you can't... Yeah, it needs to stay like here. Thank you. Okay. Good old Core Quest callback, you're right. Yeah, that's great. To be honest, I find Ellawood and Ninian's romance very, very poor. Are there any longbows I need to worry about? You have a longbow. Go do that. Well, it's fine. I don't think I need to steal anything, so... Just gonna charge the throne room. I feel like people like Ninian just because she's a main character. But, you know, that's not entirely fair, because she does have good supports, just not with Ellawood. Like, she's a very bad, like, romantic interest, but she has some good supports. Like, I like her support Florina. I like the fact that she's, like, kind of important to the villain. Right? Nils is more relatable. He literally has no supports. My man literally has 0 supports. I know he was robbed. I agree with you. I just don't get it. I will acknowledge that I don't get, like, the Ninian Ellawood hype. I think it's poorly written. Like, for each of the lore... It's funny how popular some of, like, what I would argue to be the worst written supports for each of the main FE7 lords are. Like, Lyn Wrath. Terrible support. I do not buy that these characters like each other in the slightest. Wrath is a plank of wood, and Lyn just like, okay, well, I have to, like you now because it's the A support. So we're just gonna pretend that there was any sort of, like, kinship built. Hector Florida. It is like a stereotypical Fate support. It's not even like a Fate support. It's what people think Fate supports are. It's really bad. And Ellawood Ninian. It's not awful, and it does have the benefit of getting the nice, like, sad song when Ninian dies, but... There's just no chemistry built. Hector Farina is king tier shit. Good taste. Very good. It's actually well written. Like, I like it. Like, Hector Farina, I'm actually, like, buy that, hey, unit in question actually built a relationship with the character that they're, like, building an A support with. Like, same thing with Ellawood Fiora. Ellawood Fiora is his best romantic support. I'm sorry. It's just true. Also, can you come earn the Monicati, please? Hector Florina's here. I don't even think it's funny. I think it's just a waste of time. I don't think Fire Emblem does romance well. I think Fire Emblem can do romance well, but I think that's contingent upon, like, having established some rapport prior to the support. Hence why, like, I'd, like, live and die on the altar of Lyn Florina. It's a good support that I can actually read well as, like, romantic. Fiora Kent is actually funny, though. Awakening has decent romance. Some of them. Some of them are, like, Fire Emblem Awakening. And yeah, Crom and female Robin. Oh. Pure Kent is like the 2 horny jail enforcers, and they accidentally, like, just bang in the B support of all things. Like, they don't even make it to A. Freddy and Frederick and Cordelia's is terrible because it's just like, hey, could we just, like, base our relationship on our mutual love for Crom? That works. Yeah, let's get married, have a kid. But then you get shit like, I don't know, Church Lanku, or... That's really the only one I remember as being good. I know there are others, but Church Lanku is, like, the only one that sticks out in my memory. Noe anyone. Fair point. Crom and Olivia's supports, they work, but you just kind of have to forgive the mechanics of, like, them literally popping out a baby before they reach A support. Just kind of got to forgive it. Time skip excuses. I get it, but it's just like, oh, my sister died. I'm so sad and lonely and horny. Hey, look, like, the Elysian equivalent to a stripper. Let's make this work. Like, Crom Olivia is literally like, I'm sad and horny. Let's go to a strip club, bro. We'll cheer you up. And then he just gets married. The funny thing is, of all of Crom's supports, I feel like his best written romantic one is the one that, like, no one chooses because Sully can't pass down Gale Force. So, like, you're getting a gimped Lucina if you pair Crom and Sully together. But I like, again, would you look at that? It's a childhood friend relationship built on mutual respect. Who'da fucking thunk it? Who'da thunk? And, like, their personalities get along. They're, like, both martial meatheads, but they respect each other. Like, Crom actually is like, nah, Sully, don't change. Like, you don't need to be more feminine. I like you for you. And I buy that. And that's cool. It's a shame that Sully's kind of a garbage unit. God. And I kind of want to do, like, a Valentine's Day, like, Fire Emblem, like, support tier list of, like, paired ending tier list. Sully is a garbage unit, which is weird. It's weird to think that, like, an early game Cav is a garbage unit, but it'd be like that. Man, I sure am afraid of your 25 crit. Terrified. Actually, wait. Can I do a funny? Oh, I can't do a funny. You're doing much better than I'd anticipated. Yeah, hilarious. Spin to win! Goodbye. Y'all only like Sully because tomboy? I don't even think Sully fits the tomboy archetype. Like, I feel like the tomboy archetype is based more on, like, visual appearance than personality. Behold your god. 22 speed! This man's got 22 speed! Jesus. Okay, anything else to get? I've hammered that. Do I want to hammer the glaive? I probably want to hammer the glaive. Get the speed wings from the hero. There is no speed wings on the hero in this, so we are good. There were droppable speed wings somewhere. I think you're thinking of the Geats chapter. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a huge fan of the conceit of the end of chapter 27. Like, Kenneth just has the Fire Emblem randomly. It's just like dumb luck that we got it. And the dialogue kind of suggests that I guess Kenneth and Germ are like under Nurgle's sway, which would be more... Honestly, just have them be morphs. Who gives a shit about fighting Kenneth or Germ in endgame? Make it Albert and Uther. It's time for Nino buffs. Alright, time for one of the better scenes in the game. This scene alone, like, I understand why people like Nino. She's a charming character, and I'd argue she's actually pretty well written in FE7. Are you sure you have time for this one? This won't take me an hour and some change, right? I've only been streaming for 3 hours, so... Double checking. 8:30 EST. I got time. I know I say a lot that FE7 is at its weakest when it's trying to slot into FE6. Zephiel is probably the one exception. His mother and father, certainly. Like, stupid, dumb, stinky bullshit. But Zephiel's sympathetic here. He's like just a kid of a shitty home life who's being empathized with by a kid with a shitty home life. Like, who'da thunk? Now listen, if you actually want to like Zephiel, you read the FE6 manga. I cannot. That's like actually sad. Okay, on that note, I will be right back. We're gonna take like a 2-minute break. I just kind of wanted to hold on the Nino meme. We'll be back in like 2 or so minutes. Don't go anywhere or do. I'm not your mom. But probably get up and stretch your legs, yeah? Game crashed. I muted the game and it crashed. Okay, well, I guess now we're actually gonna be right back. I'll go to the actual BRB screen. I'll be back in like 2 minutes. Okay, so we have to start FE7 again. The game did just crash as soon as I tried to mute it, so oopsie daisy. Weird, I don't think I've ever had, like, just messing with the audio output ever crash it before. Okay, good. Blah 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 blah. Sad backstory, sad backstory, sad backstory, sad backstory, nothing personnel kid. There it is. Okay, there you go. You can screenshot this for a meme. Anyway. Yada 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 yada. Nino, shut up! You're ruining it! So, like, this scene would make more sense if Nino and Jafar were closer in age, because as it stands, I think Jafar is, like, 19, while Nino's, like, 15. So the 4-year gap is kind of, I mean, one, it makes kind of, like, weird that they shack up right at the end, but also, I think it'd be a little more symbolically fitting if Jafar was just like Nino if she had literally no love ever. 17 and 14? I thought it was 19 and 14. And I've already given my Jafar rant of it makes more sense if he's young. Okay, so Battle Before Dawn. One of the several, like, hard locks that you might run into playing FE7. God, there's so many good units. It's like, I could train Sane, or I could just use, like, all of these God damn it. You didn't fix the busted pre-promote problem, because you buffed normal units, but then you also buffed all the pre-promotes. So, like, what's even the purpose? I mean, normal FE7 art makes her look like a teen. Partially because this is like early 2000s art where everyone's super lanky and leggy. Saint's promotion is actually legit paladin. It's swords and lances, so I guess it's like FE8 paladin, sure. He has no style. He has no grace. List. Do I have any elixirs? Okay, Louise has one. Dorcas over Harkin, unironically. Unironically, Dorcas over Harkin. Where is the Rienfletch? Bring stat boosters with you? Oh, you're right. Oh, you're very right. Alright, Farida. You get to be the stat booster. Oh no, the hyper-invested unit that got half my EXP and stat boosters is better than the pre-promote by a slight margin. We do not disrespect Dorcas in this house. We do not disrespect Dorcas. I realize it took everything well, realistically, I think the only thing I buffed up on Dorcas was his speed. I think everything else is just like homegrown beefcake. Where is the Minion has it? Yeah, Carla to Corel. So I am curious how they stack up. So I'm gonna go ahead and Cyan actually using Wallace? Yes, because you need a tank. Like, you straight up, you need someone who can just take a beating in this, because no one can fucking dodge. Okay, so she's still worse than him, but, like, she's good. Like, she's definitely good. Damn. She cannot wield the Nameless Blade, it's just Corel, so. Oh, actually, he can wield the Regal Sword, too, damn. Okay, so yeah, she is still just worse. She's still just worse Corel, but I mean, hey, use them both, why not? Carla uses Carla's... Is that what it's called in Heroes? Vassal's Blade? Okay, that. I got 2 Elysian Whips to sell. It's a shame that there's still, like, very little purpose to money in this. Oh, I got a warper. Oh shit, I can warp! Oh, this chapter got way easier. I can just warp people into the throne room. Is warp still magic over 2? Okay, they're just... This is kind of my problem with GBA Fire Emblem, in that there are just so many units that you just can't fucking use. Try as you might. I mean, Harkin was really, really good in vanilla, so, like, it's understandable that you'd like him. Harkin also has really good supports, yeah. It's a shame that it's really hard to get any GBA supports. Harkin's like, hey, what if we had, like, oh fuck, what's, Ginger Knight, Annette's father. Who's Annette's father? I've wiped his name from my memory for good reason. Gilbert, ah yes, that piece of shit. Harkin's like, what if Gilbert was, like, actually well written and not, like, a complete worthless piece of shit? Trying to think, but, like, who do I yeet? Like, I feel like using Harkin's not a bad idea here, but... Like... Granted, Sane having... Ludvigan is really good. You know, I think I will use Sane. I mean, he's not bad, he's just a little underleveled. You know, you still can't compete with Pant. Goddamn. Well, bright side, we just got a bunch of really good weapons, so... I have another one when your loadout breaks. Okay. Hence. You can actually take from Belvedere. Nice. Unlock. Barrier. And we're gonna trade with Sarah. You need the warp. Okay, so the way we're gonna go about this is we're gonna warp some people down there. I think I'm gonna go ahead and warp Dorcas, and I'm gonna go ahead and warp. See, I'm not sure, because like if there are mages down there, I'm just kind of fucked. Okay, Dorcas, Wallace, maybe? Yeah, that should work. So, Pent Ninian will do that. We're gonna go ahead and, like, run down with... Priscilla, you have unlock, right? Okay, you don't have unlock, you need unlock. And you have unlock, yeah, there. Okay. Thousand elixir. Green doesn't really need it. One, two, eight. So that works. And okay, I think this works. I think this will give us a good first turn. I think the last thing I forgot to do is, one, give you a sword. And two... You have a torch somewhere, right? Oh, the Galt has it. Okay, good. Alright. Pew pew. Okay. Hopefully Zephiel's a bit beefier, because this man dies to, like, 2 hits. And he's not going to be dodging anything. Silver Sword Elixir. Okay, he has 17 defense, which I think is a little higher than it was before. I think it was 12. Okay. Oh god, what the fuck? 31 avoid. Oh, yeah, only 31 avoid. Only 31 avoid. Oh, his base was 8? Okay, yeah. Okay. That's good. Dying to like a green unit lose condition really sucks. Check Nino? No. We check Nino when we recruit Nino. Hello, boyo. The Crag of Kalen will defend you. Okay, we can do that. We'll probably just do that next turn. We'll keep Dorcas around. Okay, move Florina here. I'm a little concerned because I don't know exactly what's coming up, but I can rescue out if it gets too dicey. Too dicey! Very much too dicey. Okay. Silver Sodo. Sane right here with a Love's Vagrant. Go, and I think Ellawood or I think any Lord can recruit Nino. I tend to do it with Lynn, but I'm pretty sure any Lord can. Oh! Wallace did not appreciate that! Are you only sending 2 units left? Because it's Lynn and Florina, they got this. I didn't check your speed, but like, come on. There's no way you have 27 speed, right? Good. 100 hit? Yeah, weapon triangle doesn't exist. You still have 3 crit! I'm sorry, how are you gonna try and say you're a Redux hack and fix FE7 when the fucking monk still has 3 crit on Nino? I think Pent has Torch, or... Oh, just... MP over 2, so... 8 versus 10. Yeah, I think I'll just do that. Maybe Maxime was moved. To be fair, I'm pretty sure the devs of Project Wildflower are wanting to change the skill formula, so like crits are a little less likely, but alright, these are bases. I guess we will do it later. Ow. Yay, silencer! Never not cool. No sword reaver dudes helps a lot. But to be fair, hey, with this hit formula, everyone's effectively got a sword reaver as far as hits concerned. Thought Ellawood promoted? We promoted Ellawood in the Geats timeline, but we live in a Wallace world, so I decided to promote... Oh, you do have a sword reaver. I decided to promote Hector. Stat-wise, he got more out of it. While Ellawood would get a horse, I feel like Hector was... There's more combat prowess I can get out of, like, using Hector. Ew. Red or purple silencer effect? Red. Purple's for babies. Purple silencer, no. I want blood splatters. It's an insta-kill. Give me blood. Go, Tiny Axe! Go, Tiny Axe! A 100 hit? I mean, there's a weapon triangle, it just doesn't matter. Does anyone have a Vol? Because I'm actually running pretty low on those. Ooh, do you have, like, Purge or some bullshit? No, you wouldn't do that while Nino's, like, someone who exists, right? Good thing you brought a door key. Did I bring a door key? Oh, I did, actually. And Dorcas is gonna go hunting. Hunting by daybreak. You think your killer axe can kill Dorcas? No. Holy shit, I dodged, and all it took was an A support and a Reaver weapon triangle advantage, and one of the dodgiest units in the game. God bless. What? I hate this so much. No. No, Jafar. Bad. Dorcas will save you. Honestly, being able to, like, warp into Zephiel's room makes this chapter way easier. I like it, and I think it's like it is a case where I don't feel like warp causes you to skip the map, but it at least gives me some countermeasure to, like, making sure Jafar and Zephiel don't bite Zedesto, as it were. Anyway, I need to... This is like the last time Torch is useful, so... That... Oh no, my torch. Okay. Linflorina A gives no dodge. This is why I like the ecosystem better. God damn it. It's probably in the yellow mode, wood mode position. Dodge is crit avoid and shouldn't be weighted the same as the other stats. Okay. Brave, 2. Like, I like the ecosystem because you can essentially make sure that every support at least kind of benefits the unit in question. Echoes is only one stat. No, I'm pretty sure Echoes was weighted slightly differently per... like, per each individual support. Like, it didn't use the affinity system. They were just, like, the bonuses were weighted naturally. Okay, this one's gonna be a... That crit animation is so sad. You're fucking telling me it's a crime against humanity. Okay, if I adore you... I wouldn't even be able to do it, so... Go. Wait. Not super confident that I can player phase all of those units, and I don't want to calculate to make sure I'd be able to enemy phase afterwards, so I'm just gonna take another turn. Okay. 1 damage. Fuck your weapon triangle. I have +5 defense. Man, I love that 2% chance to just kill me. Very cool. You're not a fan of the new general that most hacks use? I believe it's the Baron. At least I think that's what it's internally called. The shield looks too static and the cape is just... I feel like the old generals were fine. Like, I feel like the Baron, the King Louis, or Louis, or whatever, the Last Promise dude. Like, it works well as, like, a king, like a special armored class, but as, like, the bog standard general, I understand not being a huge fan of it. Did I one-shot you? This might have been a mistake, actually. This was, in fact, a mistake. Shit. Like, the Baron class, 100% Murdoch should have it. But I understand liking the old chain generals. Ooh, that's less than ideal, really. $17. Kill you. Kill you and you. $16. So I would be able to physic you. So Hector and someone can kill one general. Sane and Elwood can kill another. Wait, isn't there a sage, like, right here, though? I'm kinda hoping I don't die here. You don't have... You have physics, so you are just super healer. Keep you here. I'm gonna need you to not crit. I'm gonna need you to not crit again, though. Alright, we're good. Jesus Christ. Okay, can Wolf Bell you? Losing the OG like Hector I lost Hector Copter for this, man. Hector's got a beast support with Elwood. Probably all he's gonna end up with, because Hector Copter's only Armads. Then just give him Armads animation all the time. We're losing Hector Copter for this still. That does not change. Maybe crit. Or hey, 1% dodge. Technically you can do it. But you didn't. Oh, it still has Hectorcopter? Okay, alright. We can live with that. Is it Farna? Oh boy, yeah, we're gonna have to hurry it up. I got like 20 minutes to put a pin in this. Not quite. "20 minutes for Battle Before Dawn? We can do it. Dawn breaks in 20 minutes. We got this." Go. That's not ideal. Super duper not ideal. Fuck. That's my bad. Or idiot AI. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure we just lose here, actually. Is this regret? Is. Oh no, ain't good. Yeah, Fog of War punish. To be fair, this is at least partially on me. I knew he was there. I just didn't account for it in positioning. Well, that's not how I expected to be punished, but thank you, Avoid Support, for giving no avoid. Double. Ah, the Sage doubles. Cool. Oops. I was wondering why the Archer didn't go for Elowood there. Ah, it's disappointing. I guess we're not getting Jafar today. We're not getting through Battle Before Dawn today because I have 25 minutes before I have to be gone, so... we're gonna call this an oopsie daisy, I fucked up. A little bit of fucky wucky. We'll come back tomorrow, knock this out, get through Cog. Probably get through this, Battle Before Dawn, Night of Farewells, Cog of Destiny. That's probably all you can hope for in one stream, because holy shit, Cog is gonna suck. That stage probably had 20 speed, wasn't weighed down by Thunder. Javelins are heavier, and Elowood doesn't have great con. So I think he barely hit the speed threshold to double me. Why you should give Ella promo? I mean, to be fair, I think Hector would have gotten shit canned had I not promoted him. Cog's always bad. I'm imagining we still have all of the lovely status staves. But yeah, this is fun. This is fun enough to play. I've kind of given up my hopes that this is a solid through and through Redux hack. This is an interesting way to play Fire Emblem 7. It's a twist on it. I will admit, and I will say this every time because it is genuinely like a constant thorn in my side. The changes to Avoid are just bad. Like, I'm not even willing to have an argument about this. They are just a bad change that make the experience far less enjoyable throughout. I hope they revert it, but it's their hack. They can do whatever they want with it. I mean, this isn't gonna... At present, the way this is going, this isn't something that I think I would be able to look to as I would be able to, like, Ember. Even with some of Ember's shortcomings, I can probably recommend Ember as, like, a way to experience FE6 to some degree. But the avoid change here is miserable. It doesn't really fit, like, jive with all of the class and unit archetypes. That being said, you know, it's an excuse to play GBA Fire Emblem. It's an excuse to talk about some of the shortcomings of the games, how it could be fixed, and how this attack does legitimately fix some issues of FE7. I just kind of wish that it kind of knocked it out of the park. It's a base hit, but it's not a home run, certainly not a grand slam, but I'm enjoying it. Anyway, thanks for coming out. Sorry I got shit canned because I can't count, and Fog of War is fun. Enemies don't have to abide by Fog of War rules. Feels good. Anyway, take it easy, take care, keep it groovy. I'll see you tomorrow, right? Same time, same place, same me. Bye-bye now.